Hello, welcome to the realm of Millenia. I am your host, the Millennium Mailman, bee, spirit, creature, demon, man, woman, child, or native, migrator, even an invader into these lands. I welcome you, and it's quite alright. It is quite alright. Welcome you into lands. Today is the Wacky Idea Wednesday, where I introduce to you some wacky ideas and concepts that maybe no one knows or agrees about. But today's hot. Today's hot. This week's hot topic for the hot take hump day, effectively, is that women aren't better than men. They're better with men or ignorantly dependent on them in some way, shape, or form. And the same thing is true vice versa. So don't get it twisted. Men are better with women or just ignorantly dependent on them. And vice versa. So with that being this week's hot take for the hump day, the general synopsis of today's conversation is going to be geared to just that in its actuality, per se. Because there's a whole lot of rhetoric and narratives going around that try to get both of these sides to concede to the fact that women are better or men are better. And the cold-hearted truth is that you're just different. You're different. Nothing naturally makes you better than the other. Be you man, woman, child, or elder. Nothing just inherently makes you better. You're just different. And those differences should actually honestly bring each other together to better ourselves as a whole. But seeing how we're currently in this state of Cold War against each other, and it's drawing everyone apart instead of back together. It's just ruining the whole scene for everyone. It's all ruined. It's ruined because people can't seem to understand women aren't better, men aren't better together, better than ever, or ignorantly dependent on the other one in some way, shape, or form that you're in denial of accepting, or what's the word? You're either in denial of accepting and being open and honest about, or just ignorant of what exactly you're dependent on the other one for, right? Because everyone already knows the inherent beauty of women, and everyone can obviously recognize the certain creative abilities and follow through of masculine men and the strength of more masculine men to be able to follow through with certain things like commitments to war. Men are obligated because it is seen and recognized and acknowledged that men are more physically capable in some aspects, or just physically creative to follow through with certain aspects of war that is deemed a necessity, right? And that doesn't make men better at war, it just makes them let me rephrase. It doesn't make men better than women, but although it might present the argument that men are inherently better at physical warfare and better prone to physical acts of violence against other men against women. Just these particular acts in general, because they are more active duty autonomy, I guess would be a word for it. They're just more better at doing certain things, while more on the feminine side, women are better at giving more perspectives and new ideas and certain creativity outside of just the tunnel vision, right? Women can give more perspective ideas, while the men are better at giving due diligence to following through with an idea to the end. So women can present more ideas into the conversation or into these particular aspects, and it's a better trait and quality of men to do rabbit hole dives of actually following through with that idea and seeing whether or not they would actually like the outcome, or following through until they reach the outcome. Women are just better at, per se, giving the prospects for people to look into. So, men are not better than women. Women aren't better than men, right? So this narratively generic concept that really produces the narrow-minded attitude of both sides of the argument, where men are better or women are better, it's just awkwardly ignorant, because there are even biblical references here and there that reference the duties and responsibilities of men and women have been different, and respectfully so, for centuries, for millennia, right? Hundreds and thousands of years. The duties and responsibilities and natural intrinsic differences that everyone respects or recognizes and gives credence to and mandates be respected, admired, or loved. It's those intrinsic differences have been known, and everyone's been aware of them, from man, woman, child, elder, for thousands of years. Hundreds of generations prior to you yourself existing, everyone's already known this, and it didn't take rocket scientists to discover and give it out. It didn't take the person who discovered how to control, manipulate fire to realize, oh, women over there are better at that, more beautiful than man over here, better at this, right? People try to make certain distractor arguments from the concept that men and women aren't better than the other by going back in history and cherry picking effectively. Both sides do it. Cherry picking certain things that just confirmation bias their perspective. Like the hunter to gatherer. Hunter gatherers, men are better here, women are better there. It's like, that doesn't make men better or women better. That just means they acknowledged differences and took on roles that made the best of their qualities, their attributes. That doesn't make men better. It doesn't necessarily make men intrinsically and naturally better at doing any particular thing. It just means that there's this habitual value that has been ingrained and normalized to make it easier to be done. It doesn't make men better. It just makes it, when you go that far back in history, it just means it should be easier for you to do, for your bloodline, for your ties, for your this, that recognition. It just means it should be easier, and it makes it less of a societal norm when, for some odd reason, you can't do these things, right? Women aren't better than men. Men aren't better than women. So you can go back to both of these sides here or there just to find confirmation bias evidence of it, when most of these confirmation bias factors are just distractors from the actual argument. What makes men or women better than women and other men? It's, those things don't actually prove any aspect of that. It's a distractor from the discussion, because those things exclusively prove why it is, or it should be, easier for men to do certain things, or better or easier for women to do certain things. It only proves why it is or happens to be seen and easily visible that women are better in these categories and men are better in those categories. It's not an actual discussion argument, right? But again, it could just be the wacky idea, that hot take hump day taking effect here. But I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be considered weird, but it is weird because how many of you actually agree? If you agree, go ahead, click the like button. Post your questions, comments, concerns, Q&A down in that comment section down below, and I'll respond to those all on Millenia Mailman Mondays. Share the video if you want this topic to be discussed more and recognized. If you are in support of me publishing my book, because I will be posting videos every single day until that book is published, go ahead, click subscribe to help boost the mindset and allow me to better recognize how many of you actually care about that book being published, and press the bell button if for some odd reason you just never want to miss any of the videos I'll be posting every single day until I publish that book. But, hey, that's just me, your Millennium Mailman. Hope you enjoyed your day and have a good one.